Now I can empathize and sympathize with the Black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought,
I don't care what nobody says. Being held accountable by your own kind is the most effective method. The only method that I might place above that is the feel it to learn method, where you got to make them feel it to learn. That's the only other method that I would put above that. But
it was never about deporting criminals. It was always about racism. And for the
YouTube family, welcome back to Brilliance React YouTube channel. I hope you're doing okay. As for me, I'm doing good. I'm well. So apparently there is that growing tension between the Latino and the Black community. Some Black folks are saying that the Latino community is now seeking sympathy. And where were they when we needed support from them? They were silent, and this comes from a pain. And I know that this conversation matters because the Latino community voted, majority of them voted for the person that the Black community had warned them about, but they didn't listen. They end up voting for him. I don't know why. Let's get to watch a compilation of these videos. And thank you so much for my returning subscribers. Kindly, if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Like, share, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions about this.
now I can empathize and sympathize with the Black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought like, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, I've never felt that and stuff like that, I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly like go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? It's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. What we're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the Black community meant, and I kind of feel bad. Well, I don't kind of feel, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap, I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell, and it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much, and it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately the Black community and stuff, and I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from. Well, at least I can, and so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
I'm seeing some misplaced anger from some Latino people coming out saying, oh, Black people, you need to be out there with us, front line, standing with us in solidarity. We did. We stood with y'all in that voting booth. Black people voted in solidarity against that man. I'm not saying this is not our fight. What I am saying, we stood up for y'all when y'all didn't stand up for yourselves. Matter of fact, let me show you something right quick. This is from American Society, Council of Americas, who got their data from the Associated Press, as you can see right here. 42% Latino voters cast a ballot for Donald Trump. Y'all are house divided. Now, to compare, 81% of Black folks voted for Kamala Harris. Actively voted against this, what's happening right now. So I'm not saying don't be upset, but maybe direct it towards your own kinfolk, your own skinfolk first. Because we stood with y'all in that booth.
As a lot of you know, I belong to both the Mexican, indigenous, and Black communities. I haven't said anything about the Black community choosing to sit out, but me personally, I can't and I haven't been. I can feel my ancestors breathing down my neck, and I know they face down challenges far greater than anything that I could ever imagine. So for me to sit out in this moment in the face of fascism, where we're about to lose all of the rights that my ancestors dedicated their entire lives fighting for so that I could exist with even a sliver of freedom, would be a huge slap in their face. On the other hand, I'm so ashamed, disappointed, and above all, seething with anger at those Mexican and Latino MAGAs who helped bring us to this point. The low down dirty betrayal of November 5th is unforgivable. On top of that, we still have some disrespectful Latinos antagonizing the Black community and even using the N-word.
I put my dick on your plate, nigga. Fuck your family, fuck your kids, nigga.
That nigga right there.
Do you go to Kava?
It's fucking mom. Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop playing.
So I understand why y'all don't want to go out and protest with their disrespectful, backstabbing asses. I get it. I also keep hearing people say this is not our fight, which I disagree with, although it's definitely a fight that we really tried so hard to avoid. It's a fight that we did not want, but sadly, we are here now. As much as you keep telling yourself this is not your fight, it is. Everything that our Third Reich government is doing negatively impacts Black people, even the ICE raids. Black people are also being hunted by ICE and getting deported. As someone who belongs to both communities, I am feeling the pain from both sides. The grief, the rage, the exhaustion, all of it. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. You need to sit this out to protect your peace. Sit it out. You want to protest? Go protest. If your way of fighting looks different, like donating, educating, boycotting, organizing quietly, do that. You do what is right in your spirit. This was just weighing on me so heavily, and I just wanted to get it out. I hope everyone enjoys your day, and I hope that you all are taking care of your mind, body, and spirit during these Hunger Games.
You know what's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest, everybody was popping out. Every celebrity, YG, the Ball brothers, everybody was popping out. All the sports teams putting BLM on their back, you know what I'm saying, wearing BLM shirts, you know what I'm saying, of freedom, wearing all these shirts. I'm talking about the NBA right now, actually. Where's that now? Where are the celebrities now? Where are they protesting now? Where are the teams now? Why is nobody speaking up? Even Kendrick Lamar made a song. Lil Baby made a song. But where's everybody now? Where's all the celebrities? Why is nobody popping out now? Now that everybody's protesting in Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, because of ICE, where is everybody now? Why is nobody speaking up? Why is just the minority speaking up now? You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's talking. Nobody's speaking.
So very simple. And my Mexican brothers and sisters that are more emotionally manipulated have the same argument. Where are you now? Where are you now? But the reality is simple. BLM was an American movement, a United States citizen movement, whereas this one is a migrant movement. And American citizens right now care about American citizens. And you got to leave your feelings at the door, because then you say things like this that people who aren't as emotional as you or manipulated by their emotions, people that speak with reason, will see right through it. And although the emotional minority are very vocal, they simply have no ability to tackle this in a way that people will listen. You can't keep saying stolen land. You can't keep saying these emotional triggers that trigger you, because those same emotional triggers don't trigger people. Like, for example, rich people. Rich people don't deal in emotions because they got rich by thinking. And if you sat down and thought about this for a little bit and talked to a lawyer, they would explain to you what you can and can't do. And maybe they'll make up a speech, a talk for you that will get your point across to people that aren't emotional. That's your battle. Whatever side you're on. Emotional people, I tell you this with love, emotional people do not run this world, this country. people. They use emotional people to do all this. But those same people don't want to educate themselves on what they can actually do to help the Latino community, their community, or any community that they want to help. So no, the blacks didn't say anything because BLM was an American movement, United States citizen movement. And the immigrant thing, as much as you care about migrant, as much as your parents were migrants, they all understood that they were coming to a country illegally. And every Mexican that came over knows that. And they accept that they might get sent back. And they're not as emotional as you about it. Think about this. Educate yourself so you can do something wherever you want. And not just speak a bunch of nonsense that nobody gives a shit about. Only other emotional people.
Black people, after they done with the Latinos, you next. Huh? Next. We been on the chopping block. Like, you can tell that we all been living in separate Americas. Separate Americas, because why does everybody keep saying black people, you next? They've been on our heels for 400 plus years. Black people, you next. You know what? Can you imagine being in a relationship with the biggest narcissist in history? The biggest, right? Every time you go to school, he undermines you. When you buy a house, he undermines you. When you get healthcare, he undermines you. God damn, when you can't go to the gym, you can't go to parks, you can't go to the goddamn beach, you can't get healthcare, you can't get childcare, you can't do shit. You can't cook chicken, you can't eat fruit, you can't do nothing. Every angle that you live in life has been targeted. Understand that black people will always fight for Latinos. Our struggle is intertwined. Like, understand this. But we don't gotta worry about being next because we have been their fixation for hundreds of years. We still are. And you know what's the most heartbreaking thing about this whole thing is that Mexican people in black history, American history, have been some of the only people to show up. They were the biggest part of black liberation. And always and forever, I will always give Mexican people that respect. But since then, Latino people have been falling so far into white supremacy that is sick. You have been showing colorist behavior to your own people. You have been showing colorist behavior all in the hopes of having white proximity. All the anti-black jokes that you hear growing up, you're talking about your own people. Just because you say prieto, moreno, or negro, don't make it no different. All those sayings bettering the race, cleaning the blood, washing out the black. This is a part of a Latin culture, and it's sad, and it needs to stop. You want to know what's the first step of liberation? Stop that shit. Stop trying to have proximity to whiteness. You're not them. And if you want to know the results of this, just ask the question of what happened to all the black people in Argentina. There were a lot more. And yeah, you may have a sprinkle of Spaniard, but you ain't that. And I'm sorry to tell you, there's a reason why you have an indigenous or African nose and kinky hair.
Hispanic community, y'all want black folks to help y'all, but y'all are the same people that make Dominicans don't want to be black. I'm gonna air it out right now. Y'all are reasons. And when I was in the military, jobs I've had where other Spanish speaking countries are telling Dominicans that y'all not Hispanic enough because they look more black. Y'all tell them they Spanish, don't sound Spanish enough. They don't look Spanish enough. So they went to the extreme, started denying their blackness because of that. A lot of people don't know, but I'm gonna use this platform to bring this out. How come y'all want black people to now side with y'all when y'all don't even acknowledge the black Hispanics? Y'all tell them they not Spanish enough. Like Hispanic is a race for one. Hispanic is a blend of people, but that's for a whole different take. My thing is, for black foreigners, either coming from the Caribbean or coming from Africa. As a black man from the Caribbean, when I came here as a kid and I grew up in this nation, I saw between the two parties, nobody can convince me where to vote. I just looked on the stages and I saw one platform had nobody that looked like me. If they did, they was all the way in the background with the biggest sign. The other one had people look like me. They even had people that looked like me that grabbed the mic and had something to say. And I'm like, I don't know. To be honest, sometimes it seems like both of them don't really do nothing for us, but I'm gonna rock with this one just because I see people look like myself on stage. So we getting at least somewhere. You at least got a voice somewhere. But the other side, you all the way in the background, lose me with that mess. So a lot of y'all when it comes to the Hispanic community, a lot of y'all felt like y'all could have slide in the house Negro position. That's what y'all really voted for, to take that position, not knowing that nothing don't really come with that position. That position is just to work the lower class against the lower class. But peace and love.
Hey, I know this is going to get a lot of hate and I might lose followers over it, but I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what has to be said. I've seen a lot of people recently on my For You page, especially Latinos, saying, why is the black community not speaking up about what's going on around immigration? Why are black people not supporting the Latino community? This, and that. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think that the Latino community deserves the support of the black community. And the reason why is because the black community didn't vote for this guy. The Latino community did. We, the Latino community, and I'm speaking about all of us, are the reason we are in this shithole that we are in. Because over 48% of Latinos voted for Donald Trump. It wasn't black people who put Donald Trump in the White House. It was Latinos who put him in the White House. So now that we're getting screwed over by this guy, I'm sorry, but we have to first take some personal accountability and look at our uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters and friends who are Latino and voted for this guy. And before we expect other communities to come and save us, we need to start educating our own community, because we are now seeing the consequences of our own actions. And yes, I would love to have the support, of other communities and be all united in this front. But I also understand the frustration black people have because, like I said, they saw what was coming. They didn't vote for this. Look at the numbers. I'm not making it up. It was Latinos who put this guy in the White House. It wasn't black people. It was us. And so before we expect other communities to come and save us and do all the work, we need to first recognize that we fucked up. Not me, because I didn't vote for him, but many of us did. That's the sad reality. But anyway, hurts? Yeah, but it's the truth. Let me know what you think. And as always, it had to be said, and it was said.
So other cultures come to this country, and one of the first conversations that they have amongst their people is to avoid the black people, that the black people are violent, the black people are problematic, stay away from the black people. And when you get here, then you treat us just as such, that we are less than, we are beneath, or that you are better than us. All y'all cultures, all other cultures treat us that way. Name a culture, and yes, Haitians too. Yes. Africans, yes. Mexicans, yes. Latinos, yes. Asians, yes. Koreans, yes. Everybody wants to avoid black people and paint us in a stereotypical light. Minus the ones who then gain proximity to us and see that we are compassionate, we are loving, we are family oriented, we like to have fun. But when you are not in proximity of us, you run with the stereotype that this society has painted of us. And you treat us as such. Within the Latino community, you don't like that I'm saying what I'm saying. But is it true? Is it true? Is it hard to see yourself and to face those truths now that you're in a hot seat? Is it that? Because I find it really funny how now you guys are going through what you're going through. And all this time, when anybody have made a mistake in a Dominican for black, I'm not black. I'm not black. Nobody wanted to be black. But y'all want to call upon us now that y'all are in this seat of fire, and y'all want us to put ourselves in harm's way. And you're going to say there's no harm as people protest. When black people gather, they get fearful because we are powerful. So yeah, we bring our asses out there and it will be met with violence. So yes, I'm telling our people who look like me, because that's the only obligation that I have, is to my people and to unify my people, because society has kept us divided for so long. So me promoting unity amongst my people and telling us, mind your business, that don't got nothing to do with us. It is all facts and all truth. Why the heck will we come out of our safety of our homes to go out in the streets and march and protest when we know that gets nothing? It breeds no results, right? So you want us to get out and do something that we know doesn't work. Y'all watched us do it and y'all seen that it gets no results. And y'all also have seen through history how they treat melanated people. When they get out there and they start protesting, what the heck are we protesting? We are from this country. This is our country. If anything, all of y'all are illegal immigrants to us. Every race that is not an aboriginal, indigenous to this land But right now, it just happens to be the Hispanics and the Latinos. And it's unfortunate, but it's not our fight. So me telling my people to stay their asses in the house, focusing on self, focusing on their self-love and their oneness, so that when they look at their left and their right and they see their brother or their sister that looks like them, they will treat them a little differently because of oneness. While y'all are going through what y'all are going through, y'all voted for that man. You made your bed, now lay in it. My people are going to mind our business. We're going to watch. And we're going to focus in on ourselves. This is our land. We are aboriginals to this land. We are indigenous to this land. So my promotion of melanated people's self-love and oneness is not a division. It is a oneness of us. My only obligation lies to melanated people and to women. Because first I am a woman and then I am of melanin. I'm not sure what came first. Okay, the chicken or the egg. But I am both. And my only obligation is to those things. It is unfortunate that this is where you are in you all's journey. But when you came to this country and you treated us the way you treated us, and don't say that you didn't. Don't say that you didn't. You guys lynched. You guys murdered. You guys killed. You guys threw cocktails. You guys did all of these things to people who look like me. Just for moving into your communities. You treated us crazy. Just because they told you that we were something and you thought that you were better than us. So now that your ass is in the hot seat, you looking for us. Where are we? Where are we? We are where we are safe. We are safe because this is not our battle. So stop looking to black people as your scapegoat, as your savior. When it's all said and done, you're going to go and spit on us. Get the fuck out of here.
Black people are tired of being a bank where everyone keeps making withdrawals and no one ever makes a deposit. And I want you to think about that. If that was your setup, would you still want to give? Especially for those of us in the Hispanic community, because it's about patterns that we've inherited and the harm that we've ignored. Me, myself, I'm Puerto Rican. I've seen how anti-blackness and colorism still show up in our homes, in our language, in our media, in our families. In many families, darker skin is treated like a disadvantage. When solidarity is needed, hesitation shows what's been internalized, and too many of us were raised to believe that aligning with blackness meant losing something: safety, opportunity, acceptance. And we were taught the proximity to whiteness would protect us, that staying quiet was safer. So if we don't unlearn that, we end up repeating the same harm we say we stand against. So disengagement is not okay. What's happening to immigrant communities right now is devastating. I'm not taking away from that, and it does deserve compassion and support. But a good portion of that fear didn't come from distant forces, and it came from within our own communities. I've spoken out because I've watched people I know support systems that were never created for us to begin with. Systems that weren't designed to protect us, only to use us when it's convenient. So while I've raised my voice, I also know too many that have stayed silent, or worse, they chose power. We don't get to ask for empathy if we're unwilling to confront the harm our silence helped protect. And contrary to popular opinion, holding each other accountable isn't betrayal. It's how we begin to heal. So to the black women and men that are saying we've poured into everybody and got nothing back, you're not wrong. You've carried movements, you've carried communities, you've carried generations without rest, without complaint, without question. And we cannot undo the silence that already has happened, but we can take responsibility for what happens next. I think people are not realizing we have way more similarities than differences, and we have more power together than we do apart. So look to your black brother or sister, look at them and say thank you, and I see you. It's simple as that. Strike up a conversation, get to understand, because that's all they're asking for, to be seen and to be appreciated for all they do.
It was never about deporting criminals. It was always about racism. And for the Latinos that don't understand this, that are like, well, I did it right. Well, my family did it right. It doesn't matter. They don't like you. You will never be one of them. Right now, you are useful and beneficial. But once they no longer need you, they're coming for you. They're coming right now after citizens. They're coming after children. They're coming after people who have a status and are going to immigration court. They're breaking every single law, and they are doing it without due process. They are just deporting people. If you look a certain way, if you have a certain tattoo that they think might or might not, you're out. you're out. If they could deport me, they would. That is why they say that the worst enemy of a Latino is another Latino. It is us. Because I do not need to be in danger of deportation to know that what is happening is wrong. It doesn't need to specifically apply to me for me to fight for the rights of those who cannot fight for themselves. It's not about me versus them. It's about what they're doing to us. They are attacking our community, and they are pushing that line further and further to see how much they can continue to get away with. And they are expecting for us to be desensitized and for it to become the norm and for us to not fight back anymore. And for me, at least, that is not something I will ever do. I will always stick up for the rights of those who need me to do so, because my moral compass just doesn't let me operate in any other way. And that's why I don't understand how so many people can sit by and see their own community be shredded into pieces and not say a goddamn thing. I'll be quite honest. There's brand deals I haven't taken. There's growth that I haven't done in my own channels because I am opinionated, because I speak on issues that are not pleasant for certain brands to be associated with. And I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I will continue to do so, because when wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong. And again, it's not about criminals. It's about racism. It's about hatred. It's about them not liking the skin that we are born with. It's about them not liking us as a whole. But one thing they got right is they understood the self-hatred that a lot of Latinos have for their own community, and they're weaponizing and capitalizing on that hatred, because a lot of Latinos feel that they're not a part of here. They're white adjacent enough and they fit in enough and they're a part of there. But you think that because you're useful now, they're not coming for you later because you belong, because you are white enough, because you did things right. They don't give a damn. At the end of the day, no matter how many hats you wear and how much you do, you will always be who you are. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. That's all there is to it. Fight me.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's gonna stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
I don't care what nobody says. Being held accountable by your own kind is the most effective method. The only method that I might place above that is the feel it to learn method, where you got to make them feel it to learn. That's the only other method that I would put above that. But being told about yourself by somebody who looks like yourself, it just hits differently. It's almost like, damn self, you might be onto something. Damn self, damn twin, I gotta listen to you because you look like me. And it's for that reason alone why I gotta leave the Latino community, why I gotta leave the Cuban American community in Florida specifically, why I gotta leave the I will vote Donald Trump with this clip. I gotta leave you guys with this clip.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not gonna get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans the most, are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? Because it's the exact same sentiments that every African American person, every Black American person have been screaming since elections time. The same exact sentiments. And now, because of the bullshit that the Latino community have entered themselves into, literally voting against the same exact group of people that now hold the power of being able to save you. She said it. She said it. See, I knew this. I knew that it's only the African American community, that it's only the Black American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that they got themselves into. I knew this. But see, you're not going to listen when I say it. But you'll probably listen when she says it. And the thing about it too, see, technically, I'm a Latina. I'm Haitian. But I'm not the Latina that you're going to listen to. I'm not. That one, though, she is. She is. She has that proximity to whiteness that you guys respect. Right? So now she states that it's only the African American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that you guys put yourselves into. And you only are in that because you were so hell-bent on voting against the same exact group, against the interest, the self-interest for that same group of people that now are the only ones that can save you. Look at that, full circle.
For the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it. But I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans.
It's true.
Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some Black ass.
Again, it's not coming out of my mouth. She said it. She said it, and she's 100% right. For the I will vote Donald Trump. You guys, y'all got to start kissing some Black ass. Y'all all better get to kissing some Black asses. And right now, the Black asses ain't moving for shit. If it's not for them, they're not moving. They're not moving. So I don't know how you guys gonna make it through. But she just said it. She said it. It's the African American community. It is the Black American community that can save you guys from the bullshit that you are in. And you can think the I will vote Donald Trump.
Why are Latinos asking Black people to join them in the protest? But last month, Black people asked Latinos to stop saying the N-word because Black people find it disrespectful when Latinos say the N-word. And Latinos were so offended that they started disrespecting the Black community. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I want to say something. If you've been following me for a while or have gone through my videos recently, you see that I'm constantly pushing for unity between communities. Majority of the Black people in the comments are stating how they get a lot of disrespect from the Latinos. And majority of the Latinos in my comments are actually really disrespectful to the Black community. And I've been pushing for unity because these protests are not where we're going to unite. There's something bigger to come where we need that unity. And something that I've been noticing during these protests is a lot of Latinos are asking the Black community for help. And when the Black community states how they don't want to, or they don't feel like they should, Latinos are disrespecting them with racial slurs. There's a video circulating on the internet where a Latina is yelling the N-word in a very derogatory form to a black police officer. How is that helping our cause when we're asking the black community to join us? There's videos on the internet where the comment section is full of hate from Latinos to black people because the black community doesn't want to join us on the protest. And while sure, I agree that this is everybody's fight, Latinos, we need to take responsibility and acknowledge the fact that this is our fault. I find it very ghetto and disrespectful for us to be saying the N-word. I find it very disrespectful for us to be even saying the M word, that stands for Beatles in Spanish. And while I am going to have a lot of people in the comments saying that this is all politics and about the Latinos for Trump BS, this has nothing to do with politics because it is before Trump took office. We were put against each other back in the 1970s and the 1980s. And we're a product of that now because it was our parents that were put against one another. Why? Must I remind you that back in the 1960s when we were all united, we actually got things done, like the Civil Rights Act movement. Latinos tend to forget that black people, the black community, were out protesting for field worker rights, immigration rights with us. And the black community tends to forget that there were Latinos marching with Martin Luther King Jr. down to the point that we do have a statue for MLK in Mexico because MLK was a huge impact in the Latino community. And while I do not agree with Cesar Chavez and the stuff that he did to the immigrants in the United States, Cesar Chavez, amongst many other Latinos, were marching with MLK. Black Panthers were protecting Mexicans, while Black Panthers also helped start the Brown Berets. We have a lot of history together, and this is why divided we stay conquered, because together we get things done. So no, I'm not asking the black community to come out and march with us, to protest with us, because this is something small compared to whatever is about to come. I'm asking the Latino and the black community to take accountability for whatever we have going on and start asking yourselves, why have we been put against each other? And why have some of us actually gone along with the way that they want us against each other? Why is there hate amongst each other when we've done nothing but unite in the past and get things done? Where does this hate come from? I've had my fair share of experiences with racist people in the past, but those people do not define the communities that they come from for me. There's always going to be racists within each community. So to my fellow Latinos, we've needed unity for a long time from other communities, and now we're reaping the consequences of us being hateful towards other communities. We even have hate within ourselves. And until we take accountability and change that, no one's going to come out to our rescue. Food for thought.
So my opinion on the black and brown relations when it comes to the mass deportation and all that, and why they say, oh, black people are not really sympathizing with what's going on with ICE and the Latino community and the Mexican community and everything like that. Now, like when it came to like civil rights, the civil rights movement, black people literally stuck their necks out for equality for all. It wasn't really just about us. It was equality for all. It was like a human rights issue we was fighting for. And majority, you seen black people. A few white liberals. You wasn't really seeing no Spanish faces. No Asian faces, none of that. And they're the ones who benefited the most. Not even black people benefited from the civil rights movement. Let's just be clear. And I'm saying, then if you think that that's a lie, then just look at what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? But even when it comes to like the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense, it was called the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense, but the slogan, the motto was what? All power to the people. It wasn't all power to black people. It wasn't black power. It was all power to the people. The Black Panther Party fought against oppression of all people. Still, you sticking your neck out for everybody who's being oppressed. That includes the Latino community. Now, let's just be clear. The Latino community don't like black people, bro. We've seen that over the years. The Mexicans don't like black people. They don't like us, bro. They don't. So the fact that they're going through this, and it's like, oh, you know, black people, if they march with us, they can change. Nah, bro. We done stuck our necks out already. That's the attitude you're getting back. We done stuck our necks out. When's the last time y'all stuck your necks out for us? So that's how it's looking. Because honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. Like, my family is mostly immigrants. Jamaicans, Trinidad, you know what I'm saying? Bayesian, Guyanese. Like, all I know is West Indians. And ICE ain't kicking out their door. Because, you know, we had to do it the right way. We had to grease some palms in our embassy to get them visas. And we had to work our asses off, taking care of white babies and cleaning up shit after old people to get them visas and apply it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't neighbors of the borders like y'all. And that's just a fact. That's a known fact. We had to do it the right way. Now, I'm not saying not all the Latino community doesn't do it the right way. I'm not saying that. But we know that y'all be on that fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do be on that mess. And then when y'all do get ahead, y'all stick y'all nose up like y'all better than us. So that's the attitude that they be getting. That's definitely that. So we just giving you the same energy. So it's like, you want us to stick our necks out for y'all? Nah, this time it's your turn. It's your turn, and that's what it is. Like, nah, niggas, like, and I feel like black people kind of woke up and was like, nah, we gotta start looking out for ourselves. Like, fuck the whole world. Like, we trying to save the world. Nah, bro, it's time to save ourselves. So honestly, that's the attitude that people are given. And honestly, can you blame us?
I'm sorry if I look awful, y'all. I woke up right now and like I had like a weird dream, and then I was scrolling on my phone and I started seeing like a lot of videos, and I cannot believe it. I can't even believe that I'm saying this, but I don't like how I'm going down my timeline and there's like so much going on in the world to like, you know, the separation of black men and black women can't stand each other. I hate the feud, y'all. You know, I'm Mexican and black. My whole half of my Hispanic side I was raised with. I do have family that's immigrants and stuff like that. So tell me why I'm watching graduations, special moments, places where kids should be happy or enjoying their family time, and they're getting stripped from their homes, and kids are screaming. They're taking the kids, and then, you know what's crazy? They're not even doing it in a calm manner. They have these kids in fucking zip ties. They're running people over. I'm watching these fucking, I don't know if they're protest things or whatever, and it sounds like a war. You hear guns going off and all that. I'm so sick to my stomach with this generation. I'm so sick to my stomach with a lot of people, because I feel like everybody makes videos and stands up for the stupidest shit. Everybody will do the gender war. Everybody will do all these stupid ass takes and dumbass videos, but no one will ever make videos supporting one another or helping each other. And I fucking hate it. And this is why I always say, I love that I get crucified on social media for everything, but I'm a very empathetic person and I care a lot. That's why I make the videos that I do. Why would I talk about these things if I didn't give a fuck, if they didn't bother me? You know what's so crazy? They are now in Las Vegas stripping people from their homes. They're in Henderson on Water Street and all that, if you guys didn't know. Be very careful, because they're even arresting people who are not immigrants. So if you're going out of your way to help people that are immigrants, just know you're going to get arrested. My Latino community, I am so sorry. I wish I could do anything in this world to help you guys. And by the way, because people are going to be like, oh, you voted for Trump. I never voted for anybody. I've never voted a day in my life, and I would never vote for that fucking man. Why would I vote for somebody who's on that fucking list? Are you out of your mind? I'm not fucking stupid. You don't think I'm aware of what's going on in this world? I might not talk about politics and I might not go into detail about certain things, you guys, but this is why I don't like the back and forth. I don't like the drama. I don't like the stuff that comes with it. It's so sad that in the beginning, when Trump first was president, I didn't vote for him, but I thought he'd be a better fit than Kamala. I was totally wrong. I could honestly say I was wrong as fuck, because watching this, I understand law is law. I understand this, but people are being stripped from their homes like they're dogs. There's rapists out here right now that are still walking this earth. There's people who have fucking touched kids and they're still roaming this earth, pleaded crazy and whatever, and they don't give a fuck. We get the worst treatment, black and Mexicans or Hispanics. Haven't you noticed that? You'll get dragged out of your car. You'll get fucking stabbed. You'll get fucking unalive. You'll get choked out. But when it comes to these fucking rapists, these weirdos, these perverts, they don't get nothing. These criminals, they shouldn't even be fucking sitting in jail. If you want to go and strip people and do all this crazy stuff, do the same fucking thing to people who are actually causing harm to people. It's sad that these Latinos have came to this community to work and work hard. Yes, there are some people who are criminals, y'all. That's in every fucking, I'm so sorry, I'm cussing a lot. That's in every race. That's in every fucking ethnicity. But there are people out here who come out here to work hard for their families. What the fuck are the mothers gonna do? What are the mothers gonna do if they can't go and work? And a lot of you guys don't give a fuck. Oh, well, they should get a job. They should this. But that's their provider. They're taking their provider men away. And like I said, this little girl screaming bloody murder at her damn graduation. Her graduation, she watched her father get taken away and they're dragging him. You're crazy if you think that's cool. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting off.
Hey, why everybody mad at us? It seemed like everybody is mad at black Americans right now. Just go to my comment section and read. Like, everybody's pissed off at us for one reason or another, which is crazy, right? For once in American history, black people are not the butt of every joke, right? For once in American history, black people aren't the primary target of something, and everybody is pissed off. So fellow black people, fellow foundational black Americans, bask in this glory and live it up? Because yes, for once in American history, we are not the primary target of everything. Every joke, every situation, everything. We always the primary target, except for right now, and we gotta live it up and bask in this beautiful glory.
This division between the blacks and the brown community is because of white supremacy. It is because of majority of the Latino community voted for Trump, and Trump era causes this. There is mass deportation, there is citizenship, there is immigration, there is health, ICE raids, and many people have lost their jobs, the farmers. A lot has been happening lately, and this is due to the ignorance of the Latino. When the black needed them, they just kept quiet and they ignored them, and they distanced themselves from the black, and they patented names and certain stereotypes to the black community, and the black community really felt bad about this. A Latino community should take accountability of their action, because what they chose is proximity to whiteness, and that is systemic racial. And now that they have learned their lesson, they should be responsible, they should be accountable, so that the black community may be able to unite with them. As when we unite, the system cannot be, if we divide it, the system wins, and for the system not to win, we must unite. We should choose wisely next time, and we should look our way forward to this. Kindly do a favor and subscribe for your girl. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing and commenting down below. See you on to the next one.